Othniel Charles Marsh was an American scientist. He was born on October 29, 1831, in New York City. From a young age, he loved animals and nature. He wanted to understand how living things worked and how they had changed over time. Marsh became very famous for his work with dinosaurs, animals that lived millions of years ago. When Marsh was a young boy, he liked to read books about animals. He was very curious and wanted to learn more about the world around him. He went to a good school, where he studied science. After finishing school, he decided to study at Yale University. At Yale, he met other people who loved science, and he learned a lot about fossils, which are the remains of animals and plants that lived a long time ago. Marsh became interested in fossils when he was at Yale. He wanted to know more about animals that lived long before humans. He read books and talked to other scientists about dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are very big animals that lived millions of years ago. They are now extinct, which means they no longer exist. Marsh wanted to find out more about them, so he decided to look for dinosaur fossils. In the 1860s, Marsh started looking for dinosaur fossils in the western United States. At that time, not many people knew about dinosaurs, and there were few fossil discoveries. Marsh traveled to many places, especially in the western states like Wyoming, Colorado, and Utah, to find fossils. He worked hard, often spending long days looking for bones in the ground. When he found dinosaur bones, he would carefully dig them up and bring them back to study. One of Marsh's most important discoveries was the first complete dinosaur skeleton. This skeleton belonged to a dinosaur called the Apatosaurus. The Apatosaurus was a very large dinosaur that lived about 150 million years ago. It was a long-necked dinosaur, like the famous Brontosaurus. Marsh also found other important fossils, such as the skeleton of a dinosaur called the Allosaurus, a meat-eating dinosaur. Marsh's work was very important because it helped scientists learn more about dinosaurs. Before he began his research, many people did not know much about dinosaurs. Thanks to Marsh's hard work, scientists learned how big dinosaurs were, what they looked like, and how they lived. He found many new species of dinosaurs and named them. For example, he named a dinosaur Stegosaurus, a plant-eating dinosaur with big, bony plates on its back. Marsh's work was not just important for learning about dinosaurs. He also made important discoveries about other animals. He studied many types of prehistoric animals, including early mammals and reptiles. He worked with many other scientists to learn about these animals and how they changed over time. As he made more discoveries, Marsh became known as one of the most famous scientists of his time. He became a professor at Yale University and shared his knowledge with many students. He also wrote books and articles about his discoveries. People all over the world started to learn about Marsh's work and the dinosaurs he found. But Marsh's work was not easy. Finding fossils in the ground was hard work. Sometimes he spent many months looking for bones without finding anything. Other times he would find only small pieces of bones, which were hard to understand. But Marsh never gave up. He was determined to learn as much as he could. His dedication to science helped him succeed in his work. Marsh also worked with another famous scientist, Edward Drinker Cope. Cope and Marsh were both very interested in dinosaurs and fossils. They competed to find more fossils and to name new dinosaurs. This competition became very famous and is known as the Bone Wars. Both scientists worked hard to find new fossils, but sometimes they made mistakes in their excitement to be the first to discover something new. They sometimes disagreed about their findings, and this made their relationship very difficult. Even though Marsh and Cope were rivals, their competition helped scientists learn more about dinosaurs. They both found many new fossils, and their discoveries helped to shape the way we understand dinosaurs today. The bone wars were an important part of the history of paleontology, which is the study of fossils. Marsh's work continued throughout his life. He became one of the leading experts on dinosaurs in the world. His discoveries helped scientists understand how dinosaurs lived and how they were related to other animals. He also helped create the idea that dinosaurs were not just big lizards, but animals with different shapes and sizes. Marsh's work did not end when he retired. Even in his later years, he continued to study fossils and share his knowledge with others. He spent many hours working in his office, looking at bones and writing about his discoveries. He loved science and wanted to keep learning until the very end of his life. Marsh passed away on March 18, 1899, at the age of 67. Although he is no longer alive, his work is still very important. Today, scientists continue to study the fossils he found. Many of the dinosaurs that Marsh discovered are still famous and important to the study of prehistoric life. Othniel Charles Marsh was a great scientist who made many important discoveries about dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals. His work helped us learn about the animals that lived long before humans. Even though he faced many challenges and had rivals, his dedication to science helped him make many important discoveries. Today, we remember him as one of the most important scientists in the history of paleontology.